to start us off by just asking a very basic question. What is your favorite detail or theme about the Genesis Noah story?
I can start.
That would be great.
I have two details.
Okay.
One is very small, that is in Genesis 9, when God puts up the covenant with everybody, the fish are left out.
Oh.
Because they were not killed in the flood, because obviously they can survive in the water.
Right.
So I really like this little detail.
I feel bad for the fish, though.
Yes, that's right.
Now here's the problem with fish. If there's a flood, that means that the oceans rise, and so all of the lakes and rivers and freshwater stuff gets contaminated by salt water. So this means all the freshwater fish die.
I
and
assume
only the saltwater fish can live.
that is right, but I assume the authors didn't think about that.
I love this detail too. I really love fish. I really love whales. And one thing that I've been reading Moby Dick again, and he has several references to Noah's flood, and his references all have to do with the fact that the whale survived, that it didn't have to, I guess it didn't have this brackish freshwater problem that you're describing, but and so here's a monster in the ancient Near East that was not eradicated by the flood. I don't know, was it included into the covenant?
No,
Probably
they are
not.
they are not included in the covenant,
Right,
because
right.
the covenant is the promise that God will never send a flood.
Yeah.
So the fish, they don't need this promise.
So I love that there's this oceanic wildness.
sense.
I love that there's this oceanic wildness that doesn't get destroyed by the flood.
Yeah, and I also think that in the opinion of this author, the priestly author in this case, it was all animals and all humanity were guilty and so had to be punished with the flood. But because the fish are excluded, I guess they are also excluded from this guilt. I mean, they don't say that, it's not said in the text, but I just assume that's probably the logic behind it.
So they're the most righteous.
Yes, and then so all animals and all humanity are described as all flesh. So perhaps they already knew that fish is not flesh. This is speculation, but I like this kind of speculation.